Alright, feels good to be back. You guys know what day of the week it is. It is Tuesday. That means we have a 2-minute tutorial for you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite products that Angelus makes. It's a product that I use every single day. It's a product that I use anytime I paint absolutely anything. It's in every single paint mixture I use. That's right, we're talking about Duller. So Duller is my favorite additive to add to any paint mixture, and it has a ton of great properties and added benefits when you use it, and that's what we're going to cover in today's video. So let's go ahead and throw 2 minutes on the clock and dive right in. So one of the first things that Duller is going to be used for in your paint mixtures is to help add that factory finish look to your paints. And the reason that we need to use Duller in all of our mixtures is because Angelus paint has a natural sheen to it. And if you look at something like a factory shoe straight from the factory, most of the time you're going to be working with a pretty matte or flat finish overall. Sometimes you'll hear different people refer to adding Duller into your mixtures as a matte look. Other times you'll hear it be called a flat look, but it's the same type of thing. And so what Duller's doing is just removing the overall sheen from your paint and just giving it that nice factory look. So if we look at this pair of Nike SB Bread Lows here, you can see that it has this nice, really flat red. And that's what we're going to be going for today. And I'm going to show you a little bit of side-by-side comparisons of what happens when you do and don't use Duller. So on our left side, I'm going to be working with just regular red paint mixed in with a little bit of tooth thin just so that we can put it through the airbrush. And then on the right side, I'm going to be working with some red along with tooth thin so we can run it through the airbrush. But this is where I'm going to mix in our Duller. So as far as how much Duller we're going to be using, Angelus advises anywhere from 5 to 8%. But I like to go a little bit higher, so I'm going to say that we're probably going to be around that 12 to 15%. So now I'm just going to do a few coats with each different paint mixture on these so we can see some end results. And now you can see on this left shoe where there's no added Duller that we have a much more of an overall sheen to it. It looks painted, and to me that's the thing that we're overall trying to avoid. You want people to be able to tell that these are custom unique shoes, but you don't want them to be able to tell that they were painted and have that obvious painted look. So with our right shoe where we added Duller, we have a much more factory look, which is exactly what we're going for. So as far as some other benefits with Duller, I don't necessarily have any way to prove this or back it up, but to me it just adds a little bit more strength to your paint also, especially if you're going to be building layers upon layers on top of stuff with your shoe. Let's say you're going to be doing some taping with some different colors, or you're going to be doing any stenciling, removing some stencils, and you don't want any of that paint underneath to come up. So I think that Duller just kind of adds some overall strength to it. It's just something that I've noticed through a lot of different times in a lot of different shoes. When I use the right amount of Duller, I would be good to go when it comes to taping and stenciling. But you know, if I had a little bit more of a sheen to my shoes and I didn't use enough Duller, that was going to be those situations where a little bit of paint comes up when you're removing some tape or some stenciling. Alright, and so here's my last little bonus tip for you guys. I kind of get this question in our inbox all the time that people will say they completed this shoe, they used Duller, they did everything right, everything looks good, but then they applied some Angelus matte finisher, and now all of a sudden their shoes have a sheen and it almost looks like they didn't use any Duller throughout the whole process. So what had happened was Angelus matte finish, the liquid that you applied on top of your shoes as a finisher, also has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not necessarily matte itself, so what you're going to do with that is mix a little bit of Duller in there, and then that's going to give you a really nice flat look on top of everything and be a great finisher overall for you. And everybody's always looking for the perfect finisher, so this is my go-to, some Angelus matte finish mixed in with a little bit of Duller. So as you can tell from our title and thumbnail, this one single product will absolutely change the way that your shoes look. And this video is in no way, shape, or form really meant to be clickbait, because when people ask, this is seriously the one product that I recommend that everybody uses. And since Jason and I are doing our weekly segment of Customs of the Week, and we're always reviewing new artists and looking for new up-and-coming people, looking for new shoes all the time, one thing that I'll kind of always say to him is, man, I really wish that person would have used some Duller, because it really takes away from the design sometimes if it just has this overall painted look. You know what I mean? We're trying to have these shoes look painted, but not look painted, if it makes sense. You want to be able to tell they're custom and unique, but you don't want them to look like they were painted. So like I said, this is a product that I use absolutely every single day. Within every single paint mixture, I'm always including a little bit of Duller, because we're really always going for that factory look here. And even if there's a situation where I'm going for a little bit more of a high gloss or glossy look, I'll still apply Duller into my mixture and paint it the same way, but I'll just apply the high gloss finisher at the end because like I said, I still believe duller has some strengthening properties within your paint, so I use it with everything. So I hope you guys learned something in today's video, another successful 2-Minute Tuesday. Go ahead and give this video a like if you haven't already. Keep sending us any suggestions you guys would like to see in a 2-Minute Tuesday. Make sure to subscribe to the page, and we will see you guys in that next video.